Today, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's the AFC Wildcard Round on EA Sports.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway. In this AFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he comes into this wildcard round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
From UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
On second down, it's Jones looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Jackson. He sets up the screen to Jones. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football, got to him, and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
31-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, trying to start it out with a bang, but it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
He's brought down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Jones, the ball carrier.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And this is caught by Watkins. The 40, the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 76 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Lining up for the extra point.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Mecole Hardman. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At their own 29-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That one complete to Hill. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. 20. Breaks the tackle. Now an alley. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds. Right down around the goal line.
Kansas City Chiefs.
So close, couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way, I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
The Chiefs.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
So what do you think the mindset was there? You can tie it with a PAT here first half. Why go for the lead right?
Mindset says if you have a better team, you just go ahead and continue to try and dominate. There's also a school of thought, if you don't think you're quite as good, you have to try and take advantage of opportunities. And finally, I just think this is analytics coming into the game. Someone saying the more you go for 2, the better your chances are of actually getting them.
And now here come the Ravens. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action now. Jackson looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Here's Hill on the return. Oh, he shifts past him. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out come the Chiefs now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On play action, it's Mahomes. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Ravens 7, Chiefs 6.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Buying time to his left. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A very solid gain of 27.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
and that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot, and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Now a first down carry by Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
That wild card round, they told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
Aaron Jones.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. This is Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Let's go, Big serious right here. We got to step up.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
At their own 30.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
After the interception, here's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson throwing here, complete to Boyle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Complete to Nick Boyle.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. To throw again on second down. Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially. So he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw again is Jackson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Jackson's pass intended for Sammy Watkins. Incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
Chiefs 14.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
He's got daylight. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Needed a couple yards for the two-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Their own 26-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark Able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground.
And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage.
At the line of scrimmage. No.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Watch out for Hill on the return. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. On the move to his left. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we're at halftime of this. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
22. Ravens 10.
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
A gain of 11 on the
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. From the gun. Jackson, his pass caught at the 4. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
Tucker lining up for
People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And it's up and good. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw is Jackson. Looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake in the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jackson. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Frank Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he didn't quite have the back spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down.
Clyde Edwards.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. First down. Thompson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. This is Thompson. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They've faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game.
17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Complete to Sammy Watkins.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And one more time, that's Watkins. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Justin Tucker.
He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
A good pickup there, 22.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Thompson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 13-yard line.
They go with Thompson again. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Darwin Thompson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Sammy Watkins and the rest of the offense getting set to go again. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Now Jackson on 1st down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here a throw taken in by Watkins. He's at the 40. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. A short throw caught by Andrews.
7 yards the pickup there.
Now they got to get to the line quickly.
A 7-yard pickup.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
Marquise Brown.
There to make the grab. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Tucker with the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, a run with Thompson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On the carry, Thompson. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Darwin Thompson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Aaron Jones saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens cut into that lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they'll run it here with Adams. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run again with Adams. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
40-yard line.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.